Good evening. How are you doing tonight? I hope everyone is enjoying themselves tonight. Even though I know it's kind of late and I wanted to jump on here and talk about how we can feel unappreciated sometimes. And I know sometimes I know I feel unappreciated and misunderstood and you know there's this like them times where you get to that point where you feel like you're just unappreciated. It could be your job, your boss can be making you feel unappreciated, or it could be your spouse, your boyfriend making you feel unappreciated, or girlfriend making you feel unappreciated. So I mean, there are a lot of things that can make us feel unappreciated. And sometimes when we feel unappreciated, we get to the point where we're at our lowest and we feel like we're not being understood properly. We're not being, heard the way we want to be heard, or we're just, not being acknowledged for the things that we are there doing as human beings. And, sometimes we need to be appreciated in order to feel accepted, acknowledged of certain things that we want to be, you know, part of. And sometimes that just don't work, when we're feeling unappreciated. We want appreciation. We want to be acknowledged. We want to be seen, heard, and we want everyone to know that we are there. We've been there this whole time. We just don't want to be a shadow or a blur in the middle of nothing. We want to be heard. We want to be understood. We don't want to be unappreciated for things that we're trying to say. We want to be we want acknowledgement of being there, being part of something. We don't want to be mistreated. We don't want to be, you know, pushed out. We don't want to be the castaway. We don't want to be put in our own little category. We want to be where we're at and acknowledged and be part of everybody else. But, sometimes we're unappreciated. And that right there saying can put us to a point where we feel depressed, we feel anger, we feel rage sometimes, or when we're unappreciated, we can have somebody that's jealous, that envies us, or there's a lot of things that go along with being unappreciated. And I, for one, I ain't gonna lie, I used to feel unappreciated at point of time, in my life. I felt so unappreciated and misunderstood at points and times in my life where I wish that it would have been easier for people to understand me. I know I had a hard time when I was growing up. I felt unappreciated a lot through my whole time growing up, and I was misunderstood. I was not acknowledged, and there's a lot of things that you go through when you're not appreciated growing up, or as an adult either. And I ain't gonna lie, even me as an adult, when I was out doing my job, get up at 5 in the morning, work a 5 to 3 o'clock job every day, and your boss just does not appreciate you or anything. It doesn't tell you he appreciates you, or just gets mad at everybody all the time. And you know, I that's this one job that I'm glad I don't have to go to no more. And that job right there, it make you frustrated. It makes you like, it's like, why? It's like, why do you have to be so rude all the time? But he's the boss. I guess that's the way they're supposed to be. Who knows? But like I said, nobody wants to feel unappreciated. Everybody wants to be accepted, acknowledged. And the thing with being unappreciated, you can be depressed, you can have anxiety, There man, and let me tell you, depression and anxiety and mental health are all things that need to be made an awareness for people that need to be acknowledged. They need somebody there for them, and especially somebody to lean on when they need to talk to somebody. You just can't go around pushing people away and making them feel unaccepted and unappreciated in life, because some people they might need that appreciation, or to be acknowledged that you understand them, you're there for them. They need you at some certain time or point to talk to, because they might not have no one else to turn to talk to. And I'm pretty sure that I can say that we get to that point where we're misunderstood. We get depressed. We're humans. There's no way that we cannot be all big and bad and not think that we're not going to have nothing happen to us. Everybody has some kind of depression, anxiety, or everybody in their life feels unappreciated at some point in time. And I know a lot of people probably grow up feeling unappreciated and unaccepted of a lot of things. And man, the one thing that I could say is that I hope that you have somebody or friends, even sometimes if you don't have a good friend or the right friend, you can be misunderstood and not appreciated in certain ways if you don't have the right friends. And sometimes even family can misunderstand you or not acknowledge you or make you feel resentment. It goes a long way with a lot of things. And I, for one, would like, you know, to let you know, even if, you're not feeling appreciated by somebody that's surrounding you, just know I care. I appreciate y'all every day. When I wake up, I do this to come on here and talk and hope that, one of you intervene, talk to me, interact, give me some feedback, but I appreciate everybody watching, all the time. I appreciate everybody following the music that I do. I appreciate everybody I just appreciate you for, following me on all my social medias. If you follow me on all my social medias, and if this is your first time following me on the podcast, I appreciate you. Just know I'm not gonna be unappreciative of people being here or whatever. I appreciate you guys so much for watching, listening, following me on the radio station that I do, following my podcast, following my music. And if it wasn't for you guys following my music when I first started out, I probably wouldn't have did it. I probably wouldn't have kept going. I still do the music, and I appreciate everybody that gives me some type of, uh, you know, feedback on all that. I appreciate every last one of you guys, and I'm happy that you guys follow me. You guys listen to it. You guys watch my podcast. It's a pleasure to have you guys here with me every time that I do this, and I most definitely appreciate every last one of you guys. And it's something that I I appreciate everything from all you that follow me for the longest. And it's like I said, I know at some point, sometimes I know I don't. So sometimes I'm gonna say I feel unappreciated sometimes. And so it'll take me a while to do this sometimes. But other than that, I still get up, and I know it takes me a while. I know I haven't been on here for a while. It's not that I felt unappreciated. It's just that I had this fog and I didn't want to acknowledge it at the time that, I didn't have anything to talk about at that exact moment. So I kind of took the time to refocus and get my mind right, and let everything soak in on how I was going to come back at this. And I felt, you know, at first, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I took a picture, you know, of how I wanted to come at an angle at this. It took me a while to think about what I was going to do with this feeling unappreciated and talk about it. And at first, I was just going to do, the vocals and record it. But then I got to the point where it's like I got to the point where I couldn't get the video to go like the way I like the little trailer that I wanted to do to go the way I wanted it to. And I ended up just leaving it, and then I focused on, just focusing on getting things together to where I could do it like this. And this is probably the route that I'm gonna go, but I'm wanting to take it to a whole new route where I actually have trailers for you guys before I start doing this. And that's something that I'm still working on. I mean, I'm not perfect. And, I've strived to be perfect at this, but at some point in time, I'm still working on this. So I'm gonna say I'm still getting used to it. And I know I probably said that a lot of times, but just bear with me. And like I said, I'm gonna try to do trailers for you guys before I start doing this. And if I do like the vocals, which I put on Spotify, and you'll be able to hear some of the things that I do have already, like the interviews that I've already did with the guys, you know, and their music is playing on the radio station that I have up and running right now. Even that, yesterday I did like a little 30-minute clip on it on the radio station. And like I said, I'm working to do different things. And I know if you watched yesterday, I did do like a little video while I was sitting in the car waiting on my youngest one. So I'm wanting to do a contest. This contest that I'm doing, I'm gonna say it like this: it's free. I'm not asking for nobody to, give no money. There's no money involved in this at all. But there will be gifts that I will be giving away. So I say like what I'd like in return is say I wouldn't know if like you're a good storyteller or whatnot, but I want to hear a story from you, your best story, you know, that you can come up with. And I'm gonna pick 3 people. I don't know how many people will join, but I'm gonna pick three winners. So first place is gonna get movie tickets to the movie theater here in town. Second place, I'll get a $15 iTunes card. And then third place will get a $10 gift card. I'm gonna go with that for right now. And trust me, I'm just like I said, I'm getting used to this, and this is the first time that I'm gonna do it like this. And this is like something that I want to see how it goes. And then next time it'll be something better, and it'll just get better and better from there. So in order to enter it, all you have to do is write a good storyline, good story. So I mean, and you're gonna have to do this like, whenever you feel like it. You'll have from the 19th of April, which I think is hold on, let me see what day that is. So y'all know how long it's gonna last. I'm giving everybody enough time to do it. I'm not just gonna like, put you on the spot and not give you enough time to do it. So it's gonna start the 19th and it'll end the 29th. And then after the 29th, I'm gonna go through all of it and I'm gonna pick the 3 winners. Okay. And in the order to get it to me, you are gonna send it to, this is lowercase, all lowercase. It'll be DJ dot CROWE 10 at gmail.com. And that's where you send your story. And that's all I want is just a good story. Some of y'all are, I'm gonna say, if it's a poem, that's cool. That's still the same thing as a story. A poem, just like so. Say if you're good at like telling stories, also I'll make it more interesting. We'll say if you want to write a story, a poem, So go for it, and that's the way you can enter is by doing that. I'm gonna go with it like that because I don't, I want to see stories that are good, and I want them to be heard by other people if you want them to. If not, I'll just keep it to myself and I'll just read out your name if you're the winner or not, and we'll go from there. But you can't beat that. Movie tickets to the movie theater, you get to watch whatever movie you choose, and it's on me. So that's something you ain't got to worry about. And then you get an iTunes card. I don't know how many people have iPhones, you know, but iTunes is pretty, you know, the most popular thing, and then the gift card. And I mean, it can't. I don't want to go any. I don't want to go like too small on certain things. I could have just been like everybody could got a DJ Crow T-shirt, but I tried that one when I was trying to get people to like take one of my best beats and rap off of it and see who was gonna win that. Nobody ever entered that. I don't think I gave people enough time. So that right there kind of made me a little disencouraged and made me not want to do it again. But I'm gonna try it again, see how it goes. I'm most definitely gonna try to work on it. And like I said, the prizes will get better and better every time. But for like now, I can assume that the the whole movie thing and the the iTunes card for $15 and a $10 gift card, can't beat that. And I mean, even if it's a kid that that wants to tell a story and they can write a good story, mm, br- like come on, I enjoy everybody that is interested in doing something and wanting to do it, and that's something that a lot of people probably don't really enjoy doing. But I mean, some people like to write stories, and I for one, I appreciate the good stories, and I'll have more. I'll put this in, on the newsletter in my website, which I don't know. You can see it at the bottom. It's it says DJ Crow. I mean, it says from the crow. It says www dot from the crow's nest.com. Sorry, I know I kind of stuttered a little bit, but I hope that you're interested in doing it. And I mean, I would think of something else to do, but I don't I don't know a whole lot of people that want to like either rap off of a beat or sing or whatever. I don't know if it's just that you're shy with your singing voice, or you're shy to rap or do anything along them lines. If it was like that, if I knew that you wanted to sing or rap or something like that, I most definitely would give you a beat and do it that way too. But like I said, last time I tried that, nobody wanted to do it. But this time, I'm gonna go at it at an angle like this. It's all free, just for you to enter, write a poem or a good story, and it has to have a good plot and a good storyline. And I'm telling you, I'll go through all these stories and poems if that's what you want to write. I'm fine with it. I'm gonna read every last one of them. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna pick the three winners, and I'm gonna give gifts. I'm gonna give them gifts away. Like I said, the first place is movie tickets to the movie theater here. I don't know if everybody likes the movie theater or whatnot. $15 iTunes card. Or I can make that a gift card. It doesn't matter. But $10 gift card. I mean, them are the things that I'm going with. I'm gonna start out small with simple things. Or I actually could just do, I could do the movie tickets, or I can do a lunch for if you don't want, an iTunes card and you want a lunch, you can do that. It doesn't matter. I mean, it just, I'm trying to make it as simple as possible for you to want to join in on the contest that I want to do. And like I said, it's free. There's no there's no, drawing you in and then be like, "Oh, you gotta pay." There's none of that. It's all free. And I'm the one that's providing the movie tickets, the iTunes card, and the $10 gift card. So you ain't gotta worry about that. And if you want it in person from me, I'll give it to you in person. And that's not a problem. That's what I can do, you know. And if you want to join, that's all you got to do is write your story, good storyline, good plot, and then send it to my email, which, like I said, is all lowercase DJ and then dot CROWE 10 at gmail.com. Okay. And then if you haven't subscribed to my website yet, it's www.fromthecrowsnest.com. And there's a newsletter that I haven't really kept up with it, but I will keep up with it. I need to start putting more. I have some stuff on there already that I posted on the blog, and you can actually comment on the blog. Any feedback on, like, if you like what I'm doing, will be appreciated. And it'll help me learn and grow more, which people learn from, you know criticism and all these other things and comments, and that's how it helps us grow, and we get better at what we're doing, so it kind of, doesn't, like, leave us like, well, we don't know for sure if anybody's liking what we're doing or not, because we don't ever get feedback, or we don't have enough criticism, or like, any kind of sign of how people think about it, or what people think about what we're doing, or if they even like what we're doing. But if you do, it helps me grow. It helps me do only want to do things differently and make it better, and make it where it's more, you know, pursue, like, how, I don't know how I would say that word. So I'm gonna say more presentable for you. There we go. I'll just say more presentable for you. But I went off topic, and I was supposed to be talking about feeling unappreciated and misunderstood. And I know we all feel like that at some time, at some point, but I'm gonna say that so if we're feeling unappreciated, misunderstood, not acknowledged, sometimes we might have to take that step back away from everything and get our minds right, clear our minds, kind of step back, for a while, sit back, think about the things that we need to approach as, being recognized, being appreciated, and being acknowledged, and not misunderstood. Sometimes we have to leave some things alone, and we have to take a step back and evaluate if this is, like, where we should be at, and why they're always misunderstanding us, or why we're not appreciated, or why somebody's jealous of us or envious of us. And some of the all them things right there, that's like a little cocktail of making somebody feel depressed, and not not feeling that they're accepted for who they are. And that's not something that I don't think we as, adults, children, are people, we should not have to go through that. But there are people that make us feel unappreciated, and we shouldn't have to feel unappreciated or misunderstood, but it happens sometimes. Sometimes we could just be so excited on certain things, and we just be like, whoa, 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 and just start talking 90 miles an hour. And then we just start to realize, like, hey, oh man, and then that's where some people just gotta stop and be like, hey, slow down, before we have miscommunication right here, and you're misunderstood. So take your time explaining to me what it is. And I mean, that's how I would go about it, so that way nothing's misunderstood, or nobody's misunderstood, but everybody is understood, and it won't be where they feel unappreciated of saying anything or trying to be accepted for something that they're trying to, throw an idea out there or something. And there shouldn't be no jealousy, there shouldn't be no envy. And I mean, all these things can get to people and make people feel like, a little misunderstood, not accepted. I mean, it happens between family. It happens between family members. It happens between cousins, brothers, sisters, friends. Sometimes misunderstand each other because they're trying to say the same thing sometimes, or just gets taken the wrong way. And that's where you feel that's where everything blows up sometimes, is because sometimes there's miscommunication in what you're trying to say sometimes, and that can make you feel like, oh, I'm being misunderstood, but I'm trying to tell you, like, what's going on, but you're not understanding me, or you're not listening to me, or I feel that we're not going anywhere with this. Oh yeah, and by the way, uh I don't know if you I don't know if I'm just sitting here just talking, and I don't know if you can hear me. Sometimes that right there would help me out a lot sometimes. As if somebody was like, "Yo, I can't hear you," or "Yo, I can hear you." You know, give me some type of, you know, on that. And oh yeah. But sometimes if you yell at me and tell me, be like, "Hey," well, actually, you know what? Let me see if I can hear myself since okay. I'm glad. Okay. That's all I needed, is to know if I could hear it. I can hear myself. So that's even better. So I oh man, now I'm just now seeing everybody's comment. What's up, B Diz? What's up, cousin? What's up, cousin Mary? Uh what's up, Josh? What's up, Zach? Um what's up, Faith? I didn't see all these people. I was trying to get to this to where I could see everybody's comment. I don't have it pulled up on the other screen that I have. So, I'm gonna communicate with the phone. And I mean, that's one thing that I try to do, is try to communicate with everybody. And I got to use the phone, the other phone that I have, because the one phone that I got, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that I was able to do it like this. I can use my other phone as the camera and go from there, and it kind of helps me out some. So that way, I normally use my tablet, but my tablet it's kind of dead right now, and I didn't have time to charge it, and I was about to start doing this. So now I'm up on here doing this. But the contest, like I said, I hope to see you guys there, and I hope to see you guys join. And I actually, look forward to seeing all the good stuff that's going to come up out of this, and being able to, actually do one where I'm gonna be like, waiting to see some good stuff, and being able to be like, hey, whoa, yeah, be excited over it, which I will be excited either way it goes. And I'm always smiling, and I'm always happy when I'm out in public anyway. Even though, I'll be like this with a mask covering my face, and all you can see is my eyes. So just know I'm smiling underneath that mask like this. And I'm always smiling. There's not ever a time I'm not smiling. The only time I'm probably not smiling is probably when I'm asleep. And I ain't gonna lie, I probably smile in my sleep. So there's not a time that I'm not smiling, I'm not happy, I'm always happy, I'm always excited. I man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I get up. I can't say I'm a morning person. I can't really say I'm a morning person. I'm not a morning person because when I get up, I'll sit at the edge of my bed. I'll kind of sit there and I'll be a little drowsy and I'll be looking like this. And then that's when I get to the point where I get up, I go downstairs, make my coffee, and make sure that I get my 2 cups of coffee. After I get my 2 cups of coffee, I'm good. I'm ready to talk. I'm smiling, but, when you first get up in the morning, there's no smiling about anything when you first wake up. Now I can say that's probably the only time I'm not smiling is when I'm asleep and when I first wake up. And then after I get, like, that first cup of coffee and then I get ready to go get my second cup, I'm around through the house. My kids are always looking at me. They're like, "Dad, why are you always smiling? Why are you always so happy?" Hey, what better way to live life than to be happy all the time? I mean, if you're always walking around moping, being depressed, how are you supposed to, get out of that if you can't like walk around? I mean, some people do walk around with a smile and you never know what they're going through. They could be depressed, feeling misunderstood on everything that they're trying to express themselves out of. And that's where I was talking about being unappreciated because a lot of people walk around with a smile on their face and everybody's still being misunderstood, and all they're trying to do sometimes at some point is express themselves, and sometimes they do get misunderstood for expressing themselves the way that they've always expressed themselves, and maybe they don't know any other way to express themselves but the way they're trying to express themselves. And I know for one, I express myself in awkward ways sometimes. And most of the time, I ain't gonna lie. I express myself through my music sometimes. And I know some of my music can get a little dark, sound a little creepy sometimes. But it's one of them things for me. I mean, I could be misunderstood out of a lot of things. I know when I first moved here to Macomb, I went into the store. I was looking for neck bones, and I think I was at Neiman's when it was here before they changed it over to Hangmakers. I went into Neiman's because I had went to Walmart and then I went to Neiman's and I kept asking the lady behind the thing. I was like, can I get some neck bones? She's like, "What did you just say?" I guess she don't know. I didn't know she knew what neck bones was. When I first moved here, I clearly can tell you I had the worst, the worst southern accent ever. And I'm sitting here trying to talk, and I'm like, "Can I get some neck bones? I'm looking for neck bones." And I repeated myself like 6 times, and then I got to the point where I got frustrated. I'm not gonna lie, I get frustrated when I'm misunderstood. So she was misunderstanding me, and it took me a long time to work on myself to get myself to a certain point where I was able to be understood and not misunderstood. So I got frustrated. I didn't blow up for say. I just like forget it and just walked away. And that's all I said and just walked away. And then I just left it. And then I just was like, forget it. Who needs neck bones? Excuse me for yarning. It's a little late. It's late over here where I'm at. So, I get I get tired. And here actually normally actually to say, I don't even really stay up this late. This is a first time for me being up this late doing a podcast. And most of the time I try to do them earlier than this. So, I appreciate you guys for like tuning in and watching and listening to me talk about feeling unappreciated. And like I said, feeling unappreciated comes with being misunderstood, you know, um there's a lot of things that go along with this, and it's crazy on some of the stuff. that, you don't normally go through of being unappreciated. So, not fully being understood, it sucks. Not fully being understood. Excuse me, burping. I had like made these little pizza things earlier. If you follow me on Facebook, I posted pictures of it. It was pretty good. Just for the ones that were like, it looks good. It was good, but if you got to put your sauce on the side. So just know if you're gonna eat that and you get heartburn easily, you're gonna get heartburn. Because I know I had heartburn, and that's probably I took some Tums earlier. Excuse me for yarning, but yeah, that's where that burping's coming from right now is from, me taking some Tums and all that acid's coming, all the gas is coming up out of there. But like I said, feeling unappreciated is fully not being understood or not valued as a human or a person. And people can be jealous of you, envious of you. And I know for one, like I said, growing up for a little while, I was misunderstood. And, you know, that's the hardest part. I used to get frustrated a lot, not being able to be understood, and being misunderstood is like the hardest part of like being who you are. And then you're trying to be like, I'm trying to explain to you, and then they're like, I still don't get it. And then sometimes, even me, I'll try to explain something still till this day. I don't get frustrated anymore. If I can't get it out and nobody understands what I'm trying to say, I just drop it and leave it. I don't even talk about it no more. It's just like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I'm not even going to keep trying to repeat it or even try to begin to explain to you what I'm trying to say. But good thing I have the friends that I have, because they understand what I'm trying to get at and they understand what I'm trying to say. So it kind of works out both ways for us. And even sometimes, even then, still sometimes I still get misunderstood because sometimes I'll forget what I'm talking about, and then I'll start talking about something else, which is not a big deal. It's just I lose, like, where I was at in that conversation. Or sometimes, I could be told something, and it's not that I intentionally forget. I forget because in my head, if you was to step inside and look inside my head, I got 90,000 million things bouncing around in my head. It goes bing, 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 back and forth all day, every day. I'm running on I'm running on I'm gonna say I'm running on jet fumes or jet fuel right now in my mind. And my mind's just my mind goes all over the place. I just can't do one thing. And then this right here, this is actually probably like the hardest thing for me to do right now is to sit still and sit in one spot. Normally, the only time I'm in one spot is when I'm asleep. And normally, I don't even sit down. I just stand all day, or I'll walk around. I don't really do too much of the sitting and are trying to sit in one spot all the time. I get up, and after like a few minutes of sitting, I'll get up. I got to find something to do. Or if it's a movie that I'm interested in, I could sit still for that amount of time. And then most of the time I still don't do it. But then if I go to like a restaurant or to like a movie place or something like that, well, I take that back. The only time I sit still, like really, really sitting still, is when I'm driving. I can't get up and walk around and let my car drive itself. And I seen these cars that drive themselves. That's pretty cool. But I still couldn't get up and walk around in my vehicle while it's moving. Even if it did drive itself, I'd be kind of scared of that one. That one right there would terrify me. There's no way I would want my vehicle to drive me around. That's kind of scary. Who says that car won't malfunction and you're like hitting these like, like real steep like these curves that are like squiggly. They go and it's this like how some of the roads are. It's just one of them roads. That is suck if that car malfunction. But it's cool if you're on flat level ground, but it still could be dangerous if the car like, malfunctions, decides to lose control and just you know, I'd rather be able to be the one driving myself because if I have an accident, it's on me. It's not on the car, it's on me because I'm the one that did it, not the car. But, like I said, here I go off topic again. But so like I see at the bottom of this, you can see where I got the website like right here. There's the website. And then it says over here, yeah, it's over here. So if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, please subscribe. And then there's another line right there beneath it in white. And it says there's YouTube and Spotify that you can follow as well. And I'm pretty sure if you follow me on Facebook, you're already here with me, watching me. And then this will be on YouTube as well right now. I haven't really checked that one out. I don't know if it's actually showing it live right now, but I know when I get off and I go back to look at it like the next day, it's already on there. So that's pretty cool. But like I said, if you're interested in the contest, the email is all lowercase again, dj.crowe 10 at gmail.com. So you send your good story plot with a good storyline or your good poem, whatever makes you feel comfortable to do. You can send it to that email. I'm going to read them and I'm going to go through them all and I'm going to pick the winners. So if you decide to do it, remember it's all lowercase DJ Crow, or it's dj.crowe, CROWE, at gmail.com, or djcrow10 at gmail.com. Okay. So, and I'll start reading them from there. And like I said, it starts the 19th and it ends the 29th. I'm giving everybody enough time to do what they need to do. If you feel like that's not enough time, you can always send me a message and let me know that it's not enough time, and I'll give you more time, and I'll extend it a little longer if you need more time to do it, which is cool. And yeah, that'll be, cool with me if you want me to extend it more. And I'm not like, big on multitask. So I'm like, looking away from what I'm doing and looking down at the phone because I seen the chat and I'm messaging on here as well. So I'm trying to be multitask. That's something that I'm still trying to learn how to do as well. I'm trying to, learn how to and then keep talking at the same time. So, me getting quiet, this means I'm reading something. So bear with me. And then I'm typing at the same time. Well, I think I was still talking. I hope I was still talking. I don't know if I was still talking when, you know, I was typing. But yeah, I for sure would I'll be waiting and accepting all story plots, all poems, if that's what you feel comfortable doing. I will be going through them if you send when you send them, and like I said, if you don't feel like it's enough time for it don't have to be a whole book, you know, it don't need to be a whole book. It could be a one-page short story if that's what you want it to be. It don't need to be 100 like 100 to 2 to 300 pages. Don't need to be that long. That's too much to read. It just needs to be one sheet, one page, one good page. It has to have a good story plot, a good storyline, and you know, I'm gonna go from there on everything. And right now, I see everybody, was watching this, looking. I'm going through and I'm liking everybody's comment. So I'm gonna have to start doing this more and more now, I don't I don't normally have like another thing where I can see everybody messaging. Normally it's over there on the computer where I can see it all, but I don't have that close enough today. I'm sitting back a little bit further than I normally am. I'm about to move this around so that way I have a better, background. So I got this so right now I got this what do you call it right now where I'm wanting to have like a good background, and I got a projector screen. So I'm thinking about using that as well to do like certain backgrounds. But I'll see how that goes first because I have to keep it to where I'm not sitting in front of it, so that way the background can be seen behind me. But I'm not gonna do that just yet. But I'm gonna get creative with this. I promise you, I'm gonna get a little bit better and a little more creative with this, and I'm gonna do my best to make this more interesting. But like I said, criticism and comments would be appreciated, so that way I can learn from these and better it and get better at what I'm doing and make my content a little better. Or no, I'm not gonna say a little better, more better or better than what it is, and go from there because you know okay, a lot of people that do what I'm doing, they need that, constructive criticism. They need the comments to learn from and to find out what type of mistakes they're doing, or to find out what people want to hear more about and of, so that way, it gives like people like me an idea on which angle to go or how to go about what we're doing. So if you like, give me, the comments, and I mean, say what you need to say. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. Like I said, I'm still gonna be happy. I'm still gonna be smiling. I'm still gonna be walking around with a big cheesy smile, and that's all you're gonna see every time you see me is a big cheesy smile. I'm gonna be like, and yeah, and in here. That's how it's always gonna be for me. Just gonna be having cheesy smiles all the time. I'm always smiling, except for when I'm driving. I'm slightly smiling, but I'm like trying to get around with my light smile. So I kind of drive like that. So if you see me, I do wave and I go like this when I'm driving sometimes if I don't want to take my hands off the steering wheel, if I feel like it's not gonna happen. I'm like, yeah, what's up? But I'm always out and about. So I'm pretty sure you probably see me in Walmart all the time. I go to Walmart because I don't want to sit in the house a lot. So I try to like, go to Walmart and I'll walk around the whole store just to be walking around. Most of the time when I do go in there, I'm not even gonna lie, I come out with some groceries or something. And it's just one of them things that I end up coming out doing is coming out with groceries most of the time. And I know, I do a lot when I go in the store sometimes. and I try not sometimes even when I go grocery shopping, I'm like, I'm gonna go in there for a little bit, but I go in there and I come out with a bunch of stuff in my grocery cart. And it's like, dang. It's like, here we go again. My mouth finally got dry from talking. But like I said, if you haven't already, subscribe to the newsletter on the website, which is right here. And then subscribe. It'll be appreciated. You can also comment on the blogs, which that'll be appreciated. And if you have, okay, this is the other thing. If you have an interest in doing a podcast show with me, inbox me. We'll set up a time and day that's best for you. And then the other thing is, if you want to do a radio segment with me and be a co-host on the radio station with me, you can inbox me as well, and we'll set up a time and a day that best suits you. So that's something that we can work on as well. And if you want to be a guest on here, like I said, inbox me. We'll talk. We'll pick a time and a date and a day or yeah, a time, a date and a day that best suits you, and we'll go from there. Even if we got to record it and then put it up, if you only have like I mean, I mean, pretty much if you work late, it'll probably have to be recorded, or if you can do it during the day, even better. We can do it during the day. It's whatever time, day, and date that best suits you. Is because I can work my schedule free at any time I need to, but there are times at a point where I can't, because there are some things that I'm working on and I need to get done. And then, my schedule gets pretty busy with that. Like, say if I start working on a beat, I don't stop working on that beat until I get it done. Then once I get it to like the way I want it rearranged and how I want it, then I'll stop. But then I go back and then I add all the stuff that I need to add to it to mix and master it before, I do what I do with it. So that's one thing that it'd be hard for me to stop doing if I'm in the middle of it. It doesn't work out because if I stop halfway and I don't get it finished while I'm still doing it, then I lose track of what I'm doing, and then I got to start all over again. So I just best for me to, if I'm already working on it, I just keep working on it and go through it, finish it to where I have it rearranged and how I want it. And then, like I said, I save it, go back the next day, because you don't want to sit there and keep listening to it and listening to it. It gets kind of irritating, but sometimes you got to walk away from it after you finish it and refresh, like get yourself fresh, get your ears, to where they're hearing something else, and then go back after you've relaxed and listen to it again. So, it's one of them things for me. I do I do make a lot of beats, and I know there's some that I do need to put on YouTube. I know there was one that I said I was going to put on YouTube, and I do have it finished. I just haven't added the plugins because I got sidetracked for like the time that I said I didn't do this. I was kind of sidetracked, and I did take a video of it, and I do have it done. I just haven't added all the plugins and mixed and mastered it and leveled out the sound the way I want it yet, because there's like something special that I think I want to do to that beat before I put it on YouTube. So when I put it on YouTube, you'll be notified. Trust me. And you're gonna like it. And if you don't like it, just let me know. But as far as I'm concerned, like when it comes to beat making, if I like it, I'm good. And if the person that's listening to that after I make it don't like it, the next person might like it. So I mean, some people are gonna like it, some people ain't gonna like it. I'll just say it that way. But I'm gonna get up off of here, and because I know it's 11:25, and I've probably been talking for a good almost hour. I think I'm gonna say almost an hour. So I'm gonna get up off of here and let you guys enjoy the rest of your night, because I know I know for a fact that I've been out here way too long. And already done talked about what I needed to talk about, and I served my purpose of talking about being unappreciated, and I hope you enjoy it. If you don't, like I said, give me some feedback, comment, you know, and it helps me grow as a podcaster, and it lets me know what angle I need to come at and what I need to do to make these better and more sufficient and more listen like better for you to listen to. And we'll go from there. Just give me some feedback, and if you do that, it helps me out greatly. So you guys have a great night and enjoy yourself. And always remember, smile at somebody, wave at them. It'll make their day, it'll cheer them up. If you see, okay, so this is the other thing that I wanted to say as well. If you see a, if you, I don't know, most people are probably, in a relationship, but if you see any woman out that they look like they need to have somebody be like, hey, how are you doing? I hope you have a great day. Say that to them. Anybody, just say it to anybody, because you never know. That person might need to lift me up. They might need somebody to brighten their day. They might need somebody to be like, hey, how are you doing? You have a great day. You're doing awesome at what you're doing. Keep doing you. People need to hear that sometimes. That makes them happy, and it brightens their day, and it makes them cheerful. So remember to smile, wave at somebody. That's all it takes is a smile, wave sometimes, or to be like, "Hey, how are you doing? Have a great day today." That's all you got to do to people, is say that to them. Some people are going to be grumpy, apparently, but yeah, I mean, it takes one person to make a difference in the world. And keep doing you, and keep being happy, keep smiling and waving at strangers, because I know I do all the time. And sometimes I'm pretty sure some of these people be like, why is this guy smiling and waving at me all the time? And I do it because I want everybody to be happy. I want to rub off some of my happiness, some of my cheerfulness, and I want everybody to be happy. We're not supposed to go through life, unhappy, miserable. We're supposed to at least be able to smile. But like I said, sometimes people smile underneath, certain things, and we might not know it, but if we know that person really good, we're going to know there's something wrong with them if we're paying attention and we're looking for the signs. That's all you got to do is pay attention and look for them signs. If like your friend's hurting, you got to be able to look for them signs, and being able to know how to come in at it and being able to cheer them up. Sometimes it might be your girlfriend or your boyfriend that needs to be cheered up, and they might just be smiling to make it look like they're happy, but deep down inside, they're probably hurting from something, or they need somebody to cheer them up. So I just say, always be aware, pay attention. Some people are, hurting deep down inside, and they put a smile on their face anyway. So, like I said, look for them signs, wave at somebody, say how you doing, have a great day. I'm not forcing you to do it or say it. I'm just giving examples, because that's what I do when I see people. I always wave, how you doing? Like I said, you can't see me underneath the mask, but I am cheesing underneath that mask all the time. And my kids, I don't know if they smile underneath their mask, but I'm pretty sure they probably do, just like I do. Well, I know my youngest one smiles a lot like I do. My 2 oldest, they're a little iffy about it, but they'll get over it. Excuse me for yarning, but they'll end up being like me eventually, smiling and being happy all the time when they realize that that's the best part of, living life, is always to be cheerful, happy, and don't let anything bother you or get to you. Now, some people know how to push buttons, but I'm always cheerful, I'm always smiling, I'm always happy, so I'm good. So y'all have a great night and enjoy the rest of your night. And remember to stay blessed. So y'all have a great night.